Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. It is December 31st, 2023. I'm April, and I wanted to come on for a few minutes and share with you a quick recap of 2023 and what 2024 is looking like in my mind. The other day I shared on Facebook a post that said something about I'm going to stay up till midnight on New Year's Eve, not to watch the new year come in, but to watch 2023 go. And a friend commented and said, "Are you going to open the front door and kick it out?" And I thought, that's not a bad idea. Really, 2023 has been a hard year. I lost my mom. Our cat got really sick, and I was worried he was going to die. Actually, that happened 2 weeks before my mom died. We've had multiple things break in our house. Our dishwasher, spigots, the hose bibs, the front and the back. One of them wasn't tightened completely. On Mother's Day, I had to, pull the carpet back and use a shop vac and clean all that out. The neighbors have been awesome. They helped us with all this, saved us a lot of money. Our dishwasher broke. My goodness. We've had things happen with our cars. We've had things happen just across the board. Tons and tons of things, and it's been 1, 2, 3, like one right after another. Couldn't catch a break. And then we had something happen in October that I can't actually share any details about that, but it was really hard to go through. It was probably really, it was really dark. It was a really hard valley to go through. We are coming through the other side of that, and during that time, my 15-year-old son came to me and said, "Hey, Mom, there's water on the ceiling in my bathroom when I take a shower." Had to have a company come out, and they looked at it, and sure enough, we had a bathroom leak. I had to adjust the camera. I'm too short, and it was bugging me. I couldn't see very well. Anyway, his bathroom, they came, looked at it. It needed to be gutted, and in the process of that, they had to tear out his bathroom and the laundry room. They had to remove the cabinets and discovered the upstairs bathroom was also leaking. Thank God for homeowners insurance. We do have 2 claims on our insurance. We were without a shower for a couple of weeks. Also discovered that our dryer vent, the ductwork that goes outside, is a fire hazard, and that needs to be replaced before we can use our dryer. So for a little bit, we were without a dishwasher and a dryer. Dishwasher, not a big deal. I was hand washing dishes for 6 months, and we could have replaced the dishwasher sooner than we did, but I kept thinking, no, let's not. And really, it was a good thing for me to hand wash dishes because it gave me something to do when I had no motivation to do anything. So at least I had to do the dishes. We did replace the dishwasher around Thanksgiving. Thank God, because we couldn't use our dryer. Our neighbor has been gracious and allows me to go and dry clothes over there. Some of it, I tried hanging it on the line, but it's just too cold. It's not drying it well. And I know you can freeze dry the clothes, but then we were still having to hang them up in the house to dry. And some things I don't bring to our house, blankets and stuff, I just either hang them on the line. Like today, it's going to be 40 something degrees. So I put it out there. It will dry enough until I bring it in and it'll finish its thing. I can't think of what else. It's just been one thing after another. Our kitchen sink faucet needs to be replaced again. I think we had an issue with a door earlier this year. Like, it's just been one thing after another. Cars, you name it. We have had an interesting year. And so we are ready to move on to a new year. And in previous years, I'm always like, oh, I'm so excited. I need to get this year done, and I just want to be done with it. I am so done. I'm ready for a new year. And then the new year comes, and there are just as many challenges as the previous year. And it's like, okay, what now? Where do you go from here? Well, there are a lot of challenges in life, and the world is a dark, chaotic place right now. In fact, there's not a single person in my life that's not struggling with something right now. If you watch the news, there's bad news. So I don't watch the news. The news I get is Google, and I have to figure out how to deactivate those notifications on my phone because I really don't want to see them. So I tried doing that earlier, and it wouldn't let me. So I'll have to watch a YouTube video on that. But anyway, it's a dark place. So what can we do? We can kick out the new year. Yeah, I do like that idea. Open up my door and kick it out of here. But guys, you know what? The truth is, in the last few days, I've had a shift in my thinking, a shift in my spirit, just a shift. And it's a shift kind of for the better. December 22nd was the 8th month anniversary of my mom's death. And I did have a friend say, stop counting those monthly anniversaries. And let me share with you that those first 5 or 6 months, they were devastating. But months 7 and 8 for me have been different. The number 7 and 8 were mom's favorites. They are some of my favorite numbers. 7 meaning God's number of completion, and 8 meaning new beginnings. And on December 22nd, I did look at mom's picture and I said, Mom, it's a new beginning. I will always miss her. I will cry from time to time, but it's not that anguishing. I can't live without this. This is too much kind of pain. It's a new beginning. And I'm happy. I'm happy for Mom. She's in heaven. Who would want to come back to earth after being in heaven? She's not suffering anymore. And so it's time for me to move on. And I felt this shift the last few days. There's something going on. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm feeling hopeful for 2024. I don't know what the year is going to bring. I don't know, I don't want to talk about politics, but politically, just the state of our nation, just everything, just people in general. It's hard. It's been hard. So my goal going into 2024 is to rely on Jesus and listen to what he says for me to do, and to try to be an encouragement to somebody else in that time. I had so many people surround me this year. And when you go through hard times, you know who's on your side. You really do. And I've had Jennifer and Karen and Kim and, of course, Patrick and the kids and other people that were just there. Jennifer would sit while I cried. And these people are there. They're in my life. They're in my circle, right? They get it. They're those people who get you. There are tons more people who have been there, who've rallied around me, whether it's through prayer or just talking to me, meeting with me, running into them at the store, whatever the case may be. But 2024, I'm hoping to just keep my eyes on Jesus no matter what happens. My husband keeps asking me every day the last few weeks, hey, what are your plans? And I'm like, I've learned not to make plans, because every time I have plans, something comes up. Case in point, I think it was Thursday, I planned on going to the thrift store, seeing the chiropractor, and I had something else to do that day. And instead, my daughter woke up sick, really sick. And there we go. All those plans, had to cancel those appointments, and we've been home. But she's feeling better now. So I've just learned I have to pivot. You have to change your perspective, and that's what I'm doing. I'm changing my perspective now. Is it wrong to continue grieving? No. Will it mean that I will never ever cry over my mom's death again? No. We're coming up on 1 year. 1 year is kind of big, I think. And those tears are different than the tears from a year ago. So I know to expect that will happen. That it never really goes away. You just learn to live with it, right? And so that will be there. But there's a sense of expectation. Just the sense of new beginning, that there's something else that can happen and some good that can come out of what happened in our lives this year, and some way that I can be there for somebody else. Otherwise, what's life worth living for, right? Now, I was supposed to take a trip to New York this coming year. I had planned it before my mom died. I was going to go and visit places. I grew up in Buffalo area. And I was going to go by myself. And then my sister, after mom died, said, hey, why don't we go spread mom's ashes? I went to Phoenix a few weeks ago to see my brother and one of my sisters. My youngest couldn't make it. But we talked and we said, well, maybe we should wait until my youngest sister can go to New York with us. And financially, it's not a cheap trip. So we're going to hold off on that. So that opens up other doors. Like, what possibilities are there? There's going to be hardship. There's going to be trials. There's going to be something breaking. There's going to be some financial expense. There's going to be someone that needs me. And those things are going to be there, all those hardships. But I have to look forward to this sense of expectation, this feeling of hope, this new beginning for 2024. I don't set New Year's resolutions. I think they're a waste of time. I think they look pretty on paper. In fact, I'm not looking forward to going to gym in January because it's probably going to be so packed. And good for them for trying, right? But for me, New Year's resolutions are a waste of time. Some people set a word for the year. I tried that, it doesn't work. I guess if I had to sit here and choose one word for next year, it would be expectation. Not expectation as in what do I expect of myself, but what am I expecting good to happen next year? Something you may not know, my husband and I, every New Year's Eve, we sit down and we write our top 10 list. This is an idea I got from a book I read years ago, and I can't think of who wrote it. They're Christian counselors. Les and Leslie Parrott, maybe? Don't know the name of the book. And we've sat down every year and we write down the top 10 list. And we talked about it the other day and we said, wow, this is going to be hard to come up with this year. I don't know. I know one thing's going to make the list, and that's going to be on the way to Mom's funeral in July. We actually stopped off of Moab at an arch. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to look up the name of it because now I can't think of it. And we climbed, the kids and I climbed to the top of that. That's going to make our top 10 list. See, in the middle of something not so great, something good happened. Jesus said, in this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome. I will put that exact verse in here somewhere if I can figure out how to do that. Because I feel like that might be a paraphrase. But wow, I still have the hope and assurance of my salvation. As I sat at my table, I have a view of the mountains from our kitchen table, and I thought, wow, no matter what is happening in the world, our God is unchanging, just like these mountains are sitting right here. And that could change, right? Anything could happen, it could change. But God's unchanging. And so as I go into 2024, that's where I have to keep my focus. That's where I'm keeping my eyes, is this expectation on what is God going to do. This hope, these new beginnings that I have, this excitement I finally have. I haven't felt this in months. So anyway, I've rambled on for 13 minutes here. My phone might cut me off. I just want to wish everybody a happy new year, a healthy, safe New Year's Eve, and a good 2024. And if you're willing to join me on this journey of expectation and new beginnings, I'd love for you to join me and see what next year has to bring. See you later, 2023. Hello, 2024. May God be with us all.